Welcome to the show. This week we're cooking up something special for you with lots of ingredients. We'll get into the kitchen to make a classic Tuscan dish. We'll help you improve your smile and your appearance in just about an hour. We'll tell you how you can lower your stress level when making the move to a new place. And I'll make some moves of my own from high atop a horse. Plus, we'll tell you about a special place that provides homeless dogs high-quality care so they can join a new human family. Love, laughs, and food for thought. Let's get a move on. Giddy up. So, Mike, here we are, Spotted Horse Ranch. This is so cool. How many acres?
About 500.
500. And you have to work 500 acres.
Yeah, it keeps me off the streets.
That's awesome. So the smoke obviously is for another reason because we're at the, you call it the Cowboy Cookout.
Cowboy Cookout.
Yep. And what do you feed people?
Kind of whatever I hit with the truck the night before.
Well, that'll bring the business.
Normally, we don't. I mean, it's not a hot dog, French fry, hamburger thingy. We'll do leg of lamb.
Oh wow!
Pork roast, veal roast, venison. We
legit.
try to do something nice.
And then Joe, one time in third grade, I was singing some cowboy songs. You're a good listener, such a good listener, Joe. A lot of city folk have never been to a place like this. I mean, what do you hope they take away from a visit?
We just kind of like to have them appreciate the idea of a real live working farm, ranch, whatever. We're not a riding stable. Don't try to be. You know, the trails are not Metro Park. They really are up and downy. They're hilly. Just through the forest. So we want to give people kind of a Western experience here in Ohio because we do raise cattle, we raise sheep, we raise deer, we raise water buffalo, we raise African aoudad, black buck antelope. So we raise some different things. I built houses forever and ever in Bexley, Upper Arlington, Worthington. And our business got huge, my business, then I didn't like it. So I wanted to sit in a tractor and do this, and
here you are.
So here we are.
Yeah. How many years now have you been out here?
I think 97 is when we bought the place. There was nothing here. There wasn't a bridge, no fence, no buildings, except the settlement cabin that was built in 1821.
It must give you so much peace in your heart when you come out here in the morning and you get to look around and see all this, and you have, I don't know how many animals you have, but they're everywhere I turn. In fact, that's why I'm not leaving your side. Every time I turn around, there's another animal.
There's about 400 or 450 head of animals here.
Wow. It is a little scary. I'm not gonna lie.
People ask me, what are you gonna do today? They assume I know what day it is. But I never know what I'm gonna do in the morning until you get down here. There may be a cow caught in a fence, or a cow having a calf, or a sheep stuck, or whatever. So it's kind of a a fun thing.
First thing you need to do is make bigger holes in your fence if all these animals keep getting stuck. But real quick, I do want to ask you this. So if people are watching this right now and they think this is an adventure I want for my life, for my family, whatever. How do they go about that? And is it you have to book way in advance? You've got to be very popular, I would think.
You need to come out here. You need to do book in advance.
In fact, Ellie would be mad at me if I didn't mention that you do have some gift certificates that are available and things like that. Okay.
Yes, we do. We sell gift certificates. I will tell everybody that I try to stay out of it as much as I can anymore. We get better reviews.
You're so funny. Okay, so we going back? All right.
Keep going. Okay.
Keep on going. I don't know if you knew this, but I was in my 6th grade production of Howdy Cowboy in middle school.
Really?
Yeah, so I think I'm kind of naturally, part of the atmosphere here. And guess what? My bow legs just are bow legs. I never rode when I was little.
Yeah. But I just natural. Well, I've ridden horses since I was probably 12.
Wow.
I rode horses before I had a bicycle.
Wow. Go, Joe. go. Let's go. Good boy. Well, you have been the best host. We've had the best time. And I want to come back when I can do it again.
Yeah, well, thank you very much for coming out. I hope everybody comes back again.
We will. Thank you, buddy.
Well, folks, it's only 8 a.m. and it's going to be another hot one. Today's high is 85 degrees. It goes ranging
Babe,
in the upper 50s.
it's 8 a.m.
More of the sun, plus some lightning. Coming up at 8:30.
Fried chicken, better with Pepsi.
If I could turn back time. I know it's the worst Cher impression in the world, but if you could, would you? If it didn't take a lot, if you could just take a few years off your appearance, why not? We're at North Star Family Dental. We're with Dr. Carolyn Molzon, who is with us to talk Zoom whitening, and our able-bodied model assistant, Penny. Thank you all, ladies. Appreciate it. Thanks for being here. And Dr. Molzon, let's start with, what is it? What is Zoom whitening? I've heard about it, but how simple is it and how effective?
It is the most safe, convenient, and effective way to whiten your teeth.
Okay.
So what we do is we apply very high strength bleach solution on the patient's teeth, and she hangs out with us for a little bit over an hour. And at the end, she can be up to 7 shades whiter.
Oh my gosh, and it lasts.
Oh, it lasts, it does, it does.
You know, I've heard this, and I'm sure you can speak to this, about how many years it does take off your appearance to get whiter teeth. What do you think roughly?
I would say at least 5 to 10.
5 to 10 years.
Cool.
Isn't that incredible? Cool, Penny says. So Penny, why'd you want to do it?
Well, I started with the hair. I let my hair go white, and I'm on several pages of women who've braved it and gone with white hair. And the one thing I noticed in their pictures, with white teeth, it looks a lot better.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So you feel like it drew more attention to your appearance and your mouth, and you
Well,
wanted to
and like with white hair, I tend to like brighter lipsticks, and the brighter lipsticks just don't look good with yellow teeth.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
So for Penny today, what can she expect?
She has beautiful, healthy, natural teeth, and I expect those to lift probably about 7 shades. So
7 shades
we'll take
whiter.
a before and after and see what she looks like.
We're not going to be able to deal with all your prettiness when we're done here.
I don't know about that.
And if she wants to further whiten, we do offer take-home whitening, which we're going to be making custom-fitted trays for you today to further touch up at home if you want, or just maintain over time.
Are you excited?
I am, but what about red wine?
Oh my gosh, great question. Fortunately, we do need to stay away from the red wine and any other food and drinks that can stain for the next 48 to 72 hours, okay?
I wanted to ask about enamel. If
Yeah.
you have enamel that's, over time enamel does erode.
Yes, it does.
Is this a good process for people with that?
Yes, because it doesn't use abrasives to whiten your teeth like some over-the-counter whitening treatments can. So it simply uses a really strong concentration of hydrogen peroxide, which is very safe when used at appropriate levels. A lot of people do experience a little bit of sensitivity during the Zoom process.
Oh, okay.
But what's great about Zoom is that it has a lot of anti-sensitivity medicine in it that you can't get over the counter. And we also send you home with some relief gel to help with that, any sort of sensitivity that you might have immediately following the procedure.
Again, Margarita, you'll be okay. All right, well, let's get this going. How
Let's
about
do it. Yeah,
right,
that's
I'm
awesome.
ready.
Okay, so Penny, I'm going to take some impressions of your mouth in order to make your custom fitted trays. Okay, that is that. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to apply liquid rubber dam to your gum tissue so that it stays safe during the procedure. So curing. During the procedure, you're going to be sitting here for about 15 minutes. I'm going to give you a bell to ring should you need anyone to come in the room. And I also have a dry erase marker and a whiteboard for you to write any requests on, okay? Please let us know if you need anything during the procedure, okay? I'm going to put the bell in your lap here. Let me just make sure that this is into place here. All right, I'm going to start it. We turn out the lights usually.
Look at you, the abominable snowman. Looking so good.
Okay, so Penny, this is what you were before, so I don't know if you want to grab your mirror and take a look here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you did brighten quite a bit.
Oh, good.
So,
Incredible.
yeah.
Now your mouth will never go back the same, but your teeth will be beautiful to
There
look
you
at.
go.
Take a look now. Like now that everything's off.
Oh yeah, big difference.
Yeah,
so
yeah, it's
good.
really good. Okay, Penny, are you happy with your
I
results?
am, I
Good.
am.
It looks so good.
I wish I could just lose weight this easy.
That easy Zoom whitening. North Star Family Dental. How about it? You might look in a cupboard like this and you see stuff. Well, actually, these are treasured memories and precious memories at that. So lucky for us, we have Libby Patrick. She is with Blue Robin Downsizing, and you have a big job, don't you?
Yes, I do. I say breaking up with stuff is hard to do.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
it really is.
Yeah.
The emotion that people have, they're attached to their things, but we want it to be not sad. So the emotion's there, but let's try not to be sad.
So what kind of a job would you take on? What does that look like?
It can be from point A to point B, I say. It can be the Cadillac service, I call it, which is the whole ball of wax. We are packing, we are sorting, we're figuring out what fits in their new place. We come back, we deal with things that are left behind that they could not keep anymore, so we might be selling, donating, getting rid of some junk. It's
Right.
the whole thing.
And whether they have moved on, and I mean that, deceased, or they are now moving to an assisted living facility or something like that, or they simply are resizing their
Yes,
lives. There are different ideas on how each one of these jobs would work.
They're all different, and it depends on the client. Such as this house here, this is Mary B's house, full of all kinds of content. And maybe she's going to move to a condo, so that's a first downsize.
Right.
And then we might have a repeat where she moves to a smaller place. So it just depends.
Yeah, so I think people watching might say, yeah, but how do you know you can trust people who are in your house going through your things?
That is major, and that's why I'm very proud of my team. Took a while to put it together because we're dealing with checkbooks, credit cards, china, jewelry, all of that. Just like yesterday, we were working with a lady, 93 years old, and she was not in her 2-bedroom apartment, so we were there by ourselves. But by looking through bags and everything, checking pockets, we found over $1,800 that we can say, hey, we found your money.
Wow, and you're that trustworthy, so that's what matters. That's what sets you apart from others.
I think so. We are unique in how we treat the client and then how we take care of their belongings.
Well, we're in one room. I know Mary B's in the other because she wants to talk about the fabulous services you've been providing for her. So she is the kitchen direction, right? Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
Let's
to the
go
kitchen.
see Mary B and hear all about it. And we're with Mary, Mary's beautiful kitchen. Thank you for having us in.
My
Appreciate it.
pleasure.
Well, how did you two come to know each other?
Oh, go ahead.
We met at a chamber meeting. I was new to the area. And she came up and introduced herself, and we've been magnets ever since.
Yeah.
And you're starting some projects together.
Yes,
So looking around this beautiful kitchen, this is going to be a project.
it is. And Mary's fortunate. She gets to do this in stages. So we've worked on a few things like closets and attic space, but obviously she's not ready to make that big move yet, and that's okay.
That's okay. But you had friends who were.
Oh, I have given Libby's name to a number of people, and they are so excited about the work that she has done and her staff have done. Many of my friends have large collections of stuff, and they have struggled with recording it, giving it away, and we find a lot of people, kids, do not want any of their stuff anymore.
Oh, yeah.
So that becomes a huge thing, and so they wanted to have things repurposed, and Libby is excellent at repurposing things.
I have a social work background. Maybe that helps me, I don't know, but mostly it's just, it takes me only a few seconds to connect with a total stranger. And usually within a few seconds, they trust me. And I want to do what I say and do it on time. And I say please and thank you.
Yes, she does. She is incredibly civilized. And I think in some ways, older generations have sort of been discounted. And what Libby doesn't do is discount them with her language, her body language, or anything. So they feel valued and as if they're important to her.
And they are.
That
They are.
focus is just something that's wonderful. She's a 5 gold star provider.
I don't know what more. Only thing you need now is just a magic wand to make it all happen. It'd be
Well,
great.
I actually do have one. So let me tell you, I went to Lima to move a lady, and she wanted me to bring my magic wand. Of course, I didn't have one. She opened up the door when we got to Lima, and she goes, "Here's your magic wand." I've been using it ever since, but it doesn't have any power.
Well, I think the power's in you, lady, for sure.
Power, you're energizing it.
Thank you for having us in.
Oh, my pleasure.
Live happy, live well, and for goodness sakes, let's eat well when we can. Shawn Kelly, she is with us. She is the chef instructor at Columbus State, and today we are cooking what?
We are making steak tagliatelle.
Yummy.
It is a classic Tuscan meat dish that's really easy to put together and has very clean, simple ingredients. And it's basically sliced meat on a lovely arugula salad that's dressed with a vinaigrette with some red or white wine, your choice.
Okay.
And
Yes, I'll say yes to both.
Okay,
Thank you.
so would I. And it's really quite easy to get your hands on a piece of flank steak these days, or you can use hanger or flat iron. Just a nice fibrous cut of meat that we are going to marinate in olive oil. Probably about a tablespoon or 2 of lemon juice. You need acid to help break down the fibers of a relatively tough cut of meat.
Oh, okay.
So that will help to loosen up the fibers. And then garlic, because, you know, we're in Tuscany.
Yes. And I'm not kissing anybody, so that's fine. Bring it on.
And even if you were, it'll keep the vampires away if nothing else.
Oh, good.
So it's as easy as mixing up a quick marinade, little salt, little pepper, and we are also going to help to tenderize the meat with a generous amount of salt. Add the marinade with some herbs. I like to go with straight up rosemary because that is classic and just traditional. A little bit of lemon juice, a little bit of rosemary, and you're in Tuscany.
Into the fridge
Seal
overnight.
it, and into the fridge it goes. We want to make sure you press the air out so all that oil can be absorbed into the meat.
Got it.
Help to tenderize it.
All right, set that aside.
Set that aside.
Part 2 of this lovely thing is the dressing.
Yes, we are going to make a vinaigrette,
Okay.
which is super easy to do. We're going to be dressing plain arugula, which is a peppery lettuce, so we don't want to add too much pepper to this. The key to making a successful vinaigrette is your ratio of 3 oil to 1 acid. So this is 3 tablespoons of oil, about a tablespoon of lemon juice, and we are going to add a little bit of wine because that's what we do.
And this
all
is
right?
from Radix Winery. Delicious, out of
It's
Washington
lovely.
State.
We just
All
had
right.
a glass. Give it a good whisk. Add a little salt and pepper to it.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm still, I'm in the wine. Go ahead.
Add a little bit of salt and pepper, and we're just gonna set this aside.
Next stage.
Our meat is marinated. We are going to take it out of the bag with some of the juice and all of the herbs and yummy garlic. Throw it onto a hot grill pan.
Oh, I can hear it. Yep.
Hang on to that marinade because when you flip it after 4 minutes, we're gonna re-marinate it so it lives on the pan for about 8 minutes. And while your meat is cooking, we're going to take our homemade pasta and throw it into boiling salted water.
Something I can do?
Yeah,
Well,
you got this.
I was up all night making this pasta, so that's good. All right.
Oh,
3
well
minutes?
done, well done.
Thank you, dear. 3 minutes on that?
3 minutes in salted water and boom, done. To finish this out, we just slice the meat against the grain into 1/8 of an inch slices. Should be nice and pink while we add our herb and olive oil and crispy caper.
Crispy capers.
Crispy capers.
That's fancy.
Crisped up in a pan. Pour it over top. This
Oh
is
my
a salsa verde.
gosh. Oh my gosh.
And then
Wow.
we will toss the arugula with that lovely vinaigrette we made.
Uh-huh. Allow me.
You got this.
Uh-huh.
And then we plate it up family style on the platter and serve it up.
Do it.
Tuscan feast.
Love it. Every family style meal needs a family wine man. So thank you for joining us. Tell us about your wines.
So I produce wines out of Washington State, and this particular wine is a blend of 80% Carmenere and 20% Cabernet Franc. And Carmenere is a grape grown primarily in Chile, but it grows really well in Washington State where it's really warm and dry. The unique thing about Carmenere is that it has high amounts of a compound called methoxypyrazine, which lends a herbal and pepper component to the wine. And that particular type of wine would go great with this kind of meal because of the pepper from the arugula and the herbal component of the steak. So.
Well, we just wanted wine. We don't care. But no, thank you for being here. We always say live happy, live well, and eat well, will ya? Right? Salud, everybody.
Salute.
You fired up the grill for one hot dog? Seriously?
Hot dogs, better with Pepsi.
Compassion, great care, love. It's what any pup deserves. And here at Gigis, it's all under one roof, right, Emma?
That's right. At Gigis, we're improving the lives of shelter dogs.
This place is special.
Thank you. Yeah, here at Gigis, we are a veterinary, behavioral, and adoption facility.
So who are you getting pups from?
We are getting our pups from our rural shelter partners in Southern Ohio.
And when you take in a pup, what is the process? What do you have to do to get a pup acclimated?
Yeah, so our pups are coming in and they're evaluated by our veterinary staff, given all the veterinary care that they need. And then the next day, they're evaluated by our behavior team to then receive any behavioral help that they need. And from there, they're ready for adoption.
It's a beautiful place, and it's named after a beautiful pup. So tell us who Gigi is.
Yeah, Gigi is the dog of George and Tina Skestos, Gigi's founders. People can see our available dogs at gigis.org. Once they see a dog they're interested in adopting, they can fill out an application. After our team reviews an application, we invite you for a meet and greet here on the Gigi's campus.
What if there are multiple pups? I mean, is it tough to decide? I'm sure.
We definitely love for people to have multiple choices and meet with multiple dogs and decide what the best fit is for them.
The fit is dependent upon behavior, correct? And the behavior is a process that I know Dr. Heron is going to explain to us. Dr. Heron, who's your friend?
This is Coraline. Coraline came to us from one of our rural partner shelters in Southern Ohio, and she was such a sweetheart, such a docile, gentle soul, that I decided she would be a good candidate for one of our veteran placements. So we have the privilege of working with Veteran Companion Animal Services, which is a nonprofit organization in Delaware, Ohio, who helps match veterans with companions in dogs.
So what kind of needs does a veteran have?
Often they're looking for an emotional support companion dog, although we have placed them as high as service animals, so registered service animals.
We know you provide top-notch veterinary care here at Gigis. I'm so fascinated, though, that you go the extra mile with the behavioral portion of that. So tell us how that works and what you're facing when you see a shelter animal come in.
Yeah, I mean, really behavior is part of Gigis from intake to adoption and then some. From the colors on our walls to the type of lighting that we use to the music that we play. We were really thinking about how it influences our pets' emotional well-being from every aspect.
So tell me what you do then to compensate. What are some of the tools?
Yeah, so we have different music scheduled for each day. There's actually science behind it, that classical music as well as reggae is actually calming for dogs.
A little Bob Marley goes a long way.
It does, it really does. We also use calming essential oils like lavender and chamomile, as well as something called dog appeasing pheromones. So that's actually a product that mimics what a mother dog releases when she has puppies, which has also been shown to have a calming effect in shelter dogs.
Well, I heard a little rumor that a lot of these pups get like a whipped cream treat here and there.
Absolutely. So everybody here is fear-free certified, which basically means we're all dedicated to make sure we reduce the fear, anxiety, and stress of all of our canines here, whether we're working with them in training or even in our veterinary clinic. So a lot of times as veterinarians, we have to do things that might be uncomfortable or scary for the patients. So we do everything we can to mitigate that. And whipped cream is a big part of that.
Yes.
Believe it or not, dogs love it. We have several partner shelters in rural Ohio, just south of us, where we will go down, we supply them with vaccines, dewormers, we help rebuild their shelters so that they are the best possible place both for their physical well-being and health, but also behaviorally. And then we will take dogs from them and we send out scouts. Well, that would be me or someone else trained on our team to really be able to identify the different dogs that we might be able to adopt out here. And the other great thing about what we offer is Gigis behavior services. So once a dog has been adopted, we call those our Gigis grads. So a Gigis grad, if they are adopted and a family might be struggling with some behavioral challenges in that pet, we can support them through that post-adoption services. And that helps us prevent those dogs that might be on the verge of being surrendered to a shelter. It helps us keep them in a forever home.
How rewarding.
It's really great.
It's incredible. I've had a great time finding out all about Gigis, but I don't want to leave until whipped cream has been served, okay? So you grab the Frisbee.
I think we've got about 20 bottles over there.
We're going to go over and do that. Thank you so much.
Wonderful. It's a pleasure.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time, and keep living your best life now. Closed captioning provided by the Wesley Communities.